Welcome all. Welcome to game 128. We have the Masters division being played here at the moment with Queensland in white against Asia in black. For Asia we have Darren, Simon, Ling Lin, Xiao Song, Chris, Khan, Wen, Henry, Vincent and Sean. We have referees here going stick infringement against Asia on this close side wall here. For Queensland, we have Sean, Justin, Bruce, David, Brendan, Gareth, Joffrey, Alessandro, Paul, Lance, Tony and Ian. We have Big Tony diving down there to stop that one, but a referee signaled stop of play with an infringement against Asia. Queensland free puck. Tony coming down to take this one, and he's going to try and chip it over the top near the wall here, and he's going to stay down for some nice bottom time here as he takes it and flicks underneath his bottom to continue it up the wall. Queensland driving up the wall here, a bit of advantage play from one referee. Another one wanting to signal play for barging against Queensland. Referees are ready. Left half for Asia, going to take this one and chip it over the top of Lance. They're going to take it and try and do a nice switch here over to the far side of the court. Queensland back's doing a nice job reading it, but he's done a nice little curl and flick forward into the pack. Queensland forcing it over to the far wall, and we have a referee on the Queensland, near the Queensland sun bench signalling. And we're going to go for a ref timeout here. Queensland free puck. Right next to the sub bench. Sean yelling at everyone to sub. Sean himself going to take this one. He's going down. Plenty of time as Asia forwards didn't jump out at him. He's flicked it into the puck and his forwards have driven it up. He's staying down to give him some support. Queensland trying to continue their drive here, but Asia's got it and they're going to try and push it forward. Tony here trying to do a reverse 45 to keep possession of the puck. Being surrounded by opposition though. Asia continuing to try and drive it up the wall, and they're going to try and bring it in towards the goal tray here. Queensland back's going to try and hold them out. Asia doing another drive here. Sean not down and ready and waiting. Had to do a angled defense. Had his stick on the puck, but he didn't get control of it. Tony trying to do some defense here, but we have a referee signaling. against Asia. Queensland trying to take it up the wall here. Asia's stolen it off Brett by the look of it, and they're going to do a nice switch over to the far side of the wall. His back went up for air, though. The right back went up for air. Luckily, he came down just in time before Queensland intercepted him. Queensland trying to keep it underneath their sub bench to get some fresh legs. They're going to want to drive it up the wall rather than let the Asia boys bring it into the middle of the court. Queensland trying to get a nice drive around the side here. You're going to try and flick it underneath the body and push it in. Using brute force on this one to try and get the goal here. Referees are agreeing for a goal. Queensland has a goal. Cap number 9. So that was Paul Wine for Queensland, who managed to drive it underneath his body and then push it straight through the last Asia defender there into the goal tray. Sean a little bit out of breath there as he tells his boys what he wants them to do when it's in the opposition goal tray. Asia clearly getting to that puck first on that strike, and Queensland have forced them over to the far wall. Asia putting heaps of pressure on the Queensland here as they manage to move it up to the Queensland sub bench. Some Queensland forwards doing some back tackling here to try and get possession as Asia tries to bring it around them into the middle of the court. Queensland going for a push, but the referee is signalling for hacking against Queensland. Queensland trying to drive it out from their goal area. Brett copying a nice little kick in the face there as Asia defender took it off him and tried to take it up the wall. Tony going for a nice little run here. Attacked by two Asia players, a forward and a back. Hitting him from both sides. Sean trying to line up the open pucks here. Asian dropping on top of him and doing a nice little curl. And we have a referee in the Asia corner. Signaling, talking to both a Queensland and an Asia player. Is going to send an Asia player out for barging for 1 minute. And that's Darren Law from Asian Masters out for a minute. Queensland has to take advantage of this opportunity, having 6 players in the pool against 5, and they're going to drive it in. Looks like Brett managed to push it through there. No, Ryan Heckenberg. Oh no. Bruce Waldron scored that one for Queensland. Bruce with plenty of energy. He was the first forward to get back here to line himself up again. Brandon Ellis right next to him as they charge out here. Asia forwards getting to it with plenty of time as they swerve it over to their right-hand side of the court. Queensland slowly making their way out the wall underneath the Asia sub-bench at the moment. Queensland subs yelling at their comrades to sub. Asia trying to bring it into the middle of the court here. Queensland last man, Tony, jumping in on top of him again. And he's going to try and push it over to his right-hand side. They have a referee signaling against Queensland this time. And Asia will have a free puck right in the middle of the court. Asian forwards doing a nice V there to try and continue their drive forward as they chip it forward. Queensland happy to take it over to that far wall and keep it there. Getting lots of rest for their subs. We have the advantage next to the Asian sub line signaling here. For barging against Asia. We have Janie Mack from the Queensland Elite Ladies team. Giving a nice little shout out to the boys, saying good job, keep it up. Asian back there, pulling it underneath his body to drive forward, but a referee saw some stick infringement, and it is also half time. Queensland going into halftime here, leading 2 to Asia's 0. And here we go for round 2. Second half. Queensland Masters against the Asian Masters. Up here in Cairns, had a few nice little bits of rain throughout the day today. Keep it nice and humid. Cool breeze though. Referee unhappy with with Brett here, and he's going to send Brett out of the game for 1 minute. That means both teams will be down to 5 players. Asia taking this puck and trying to drive it straight through the middle of the Queensland defence here. Queensland backs doing some bottom time to make sure it stays over in the far corner. Asia's going to chip it in here. Queensland backs trying to desperately stop them, but Asia's got the numbers and they're going to try and drive it into the goal tray the last few centimetres here. Oh, Queensland backs have managed to pull it out somehow. And they're going to try and push it away from the goal tray. Everyone taking a bit of air here at the moment. We have the Asia player coming in and is streaking across the court here as he tries to get to the other side where the play is. He's going to go for a dive right about now. Coming in. He's going to see if he'll be a good impact here for Asia to get at that last few meters. Going for another attack run here. Queensland backs holding them out. Brett's now in the pool and he's going to do his own streak across to try and jump in here. Referee on this near side. Going to foul Queensland. Queensland getting some subs here after a nice bit of work. Going to reform and they're going to try and stop the Asia from swinging it around them here. Referees are ready. Asia had a sub coming in here at the last second for left half. They've chipped it in. Queensland backs down and waiting for him. Referee in the corner signaling goal. Asia has scored. And that was cap number 1, Darren Law, who scored there for Asia. Asia's going to take it over to their left-hand side and take it on a 90-degree run over to the wall. Queensland back down there to try and hold them back. Queensland backs giving their forward some support here to continue the drive up to the Asia sub box here. We have a referee near the Queensland box though, giving a little bit of advantage play, which is now over. Everyone's come up to the surface here as in the other court the buzzer went. Everyone then yelling at their own players to get down. A little bit of confusion there. Let's see which team capitalizes on the situation. Asia holding him out there on the wall. Queensland going to try and push it in here. They're going to try and bring it across to the side with a nice big flick into the goal tray. Paul Wine, cap number 9 for the Queensland Masters, scoring that one with a nice flick off to his 90-degree side, right-hand side to score the goal. play is going to resume here in a second, and it'll be Queensland leading 3-1 over the Asia in the Masters division with game number 128. Tony trying to pass that to one of his forwards. AJ intercepted though, and he's done a nice little sweep over to this near side wall, and we have a referee here playing a little bit of advantage play here for the Asian team. And he's going to do some signaling now. And barging once again against Queensland. And we have a white timeout coming into effect now. Everybody dropping down to the bottom on this free puck. As Queensland tries to keep it out of their goal tray. Some nice bottom time here by the fullback. Asia going to try and drive it straight through the middle with a nice little chip flick into the pack. Referee in the corner on the far side. Going to go for barging again against Queensland. Queensland doing a good job there to take that one out, but then they need to take it over to the wall. Stop the Asian, bring it straight through the middle again. Asian going to do a nice little chip flick here past the back, but another one was down and waiting, and he's going to do a nice 45 over to the far wall there to keep it nice and safe, and he's going to try and take it up there, up to his sub bench. He's popped up. Queensland continuing to drive it here. Got some subs coming out from the Queensland bench as well. They're going to try and streak up here and take possession of the park off the Asia players, and here they have. They're going to try and go forward, but a referee in the middle of the court is going to pull up play here and chopping on the stick against Queensland. Asian right half happy about that as he goes for a quick sub break. Queensland forwards not streaking out quite that far to shut down the options, and they managed to take it over to the far wall, but Asia's going to try and bring it in here on a nice 45, keeping it under their body and then moving it forward again to get it past the Queensland defence. Queensland's read it there, and they're going to drive it into the corner. Less than 2 minutes left in this game here. Queensland gonna have to do some desperate defense here to keep it out. Asia continuing to push it here. And we have a referee signaling. Goal from 1, 2, and 3. And Asia has scored again. Some big breaths taken there by the Asian forward who scored. Good job to him. Black 1 again. Darren Law taking those nice deep breaths and going for a sub. A well-deserved sub at that for scoring for the Asian team there. Asian left half trying to tell his forwards which way he wants them to take this strike. Nice big smack in the middle there as the Queensland boys catch up to the Asians. They're going to try and do some back flick there from Tony to try and pass it over to his left half. But Asia's read it and they're going to try and have a nice little clean up in the middle. But a referee is going to go for gloving against them. Sean coming in here to take this one. No run out by the Asian defenders, and Sean will have plenty of time to try and chip it past an Asia defender to one of his forwards, but Asia's backers. Brett's got the puck here, and he does a nice little underbody flick forward, but Asian back was there. Sean's got it here, and he's going to have to do a nice curl, and then try and pass it up past 2 defenders, but the back's read it, and he's going to flick it over the top. And Asia trying to take it forward. Queensland has some defenders there, but they're going to try and swim it around them over into the far corner. Queensland going to try and push it up here. They've got plenty of people diving down here to try and take possession of the puck as they move it forward. Couple players going in for a quick sub here to try and get some fresh legs. Asia's got 3 people coming out of their sub bench at the moment as it's moved across the court here. They're going to try and capitalize on this and drive it straight in with the new fellas, and they've got it, and they're going to try and push it straight in. Nice, clean, open area there for them, and then they got it right on the wall. Queensland's got lucky there and push it over out, and they're going to try and push it up here themselves. They have their back who did that nice save there, yelling at Tony to get into the water to try and save the next goal. Referee signaling here. Calling for a referee timeout as he is going to talk to one of the Asian defenders. He wants to explain a rule to one of them by the look of it. Talking about what he's unhappy with what the Asians are doing. Unhappy with how they're barging and pulling the puck, pulling the stick, using their elbows. Yeah, using their elbows into the Queensland players as they try and do a curl. Queensland going to take this free puck with some fresh legs in. Looks like Tony's going to take this one. Queensland driving it forward, but Asia managing to keep it over against the wall here. Asian defenders and forwards jumping in on top of the Queensland players before they can swim it round. They're going to take it over to the far wall here. Queensland's going to try and gain possession. Asian players coming straight out of the sub bench and pushing it up the wall, but we have referee for gloving. Continual gloving against the Asia players, and it'll be another Queensland puck. Lance and Brett having a little discussion here as to what they want to do. All the Queensland players are down here at the moment as they try to get at these last few meters. All the Asian backs are in place, in good positioning here to drive it out to the wall. We have a referee signaling here. Everybody's talking to everybody. Sean yelling at one of his players for touching the puck with a free hand. Referees having a discussion here, saying one saw that he was touching it, and they're going to agree that it is a goal for Queensland. In the dying seconds. Cap number 3 for Queensland there. Alessandro, who managed to drive it in there, but also touching the puck with his hand. And that will be Queensland coming out on top with I believe it being 4-1.